Timestamp, January 29th, 2026, about 3:30 a.m. I've been up for about an hour, just recovering from congestion from sleep and waking up, checking email, that kind of stuff. Just got word that a friend of ours, Dixon Lund, is, it's not in great shape. She had some health issues, whatnot, a few years younger than us. And they've discovered multiple brain tumors, and they've got her on home hospice. So, it's funny too, because it's somebody we've never met in the flesh. Dix and I, a long time ago, like beginning of the internet, a long time ago, we were writing on a board that just did like fan fiction, and we got into a group that was doing started really a round robin fan fiction story. And we did that for years. The group fell apart after 7 or 8 years. That's how it was pretty solid, honestly, considering that kind of thing normally is pretty, fly by night. And there were like 4 or 5 of us out of the 8 that remained friends and still talked frequently online. Picks more than me, but I'm going to use her real name, Kenzie. Just an absolute sweetheart with a wonderfully bent sense of humor. That sucks. Just a good soul, on a humorous note, there were like 8 of us. The 2 or 3 that we didn't remain in contact with, and that was like all 5 of us. When you work with somebody after a few years, after a few more years, you start to figure out that maybe you're not that great a person, narcissistic, that kind of stuff. Yeah, no one talks to them anymore. Kenzie's one of the ones that we did, and man, that just... I got a message on Facebook about that, and I just... Yeah. That just breaks my heart. Dix doesn't know she's sleeping. It's funny too, she's out in the Midwest somewhere, I think she's we got one friend, one of them is in Australia, and like 2 of them are in like the Midwest in the US. And I think she's one of the ones that was in the Midwest US. And once we get all this settled and start trying to figure out where we're going to go, probably not staying in Florida. We were planning on dropping by and visiting and actually meeting her face to face, but that apparently is not in the cards. That really sucks. And that's the thing. If you're younger and you're watching this, 20, 30, something like that, this is the morbid sounding talk, but you start getting into your 40s and 50s and 60s. I'm 55. you're going to start saying goodbye to friends. Not just because you move away. You take my meaning. No, I might not be here tomorrow. You know? I've got enough wrong with me that there could be that random thing that happens. I've lost friends younger than me just because of a random health thing that just happened. The just and the unjust, you know. It sucks. But it's part of it. Remembering something somebody told me a while back. I'm probably going to butcher it, but the idea that life is just a series of events where you're walking each other home. Health check. Good segue, right? I feel okay. I woke up congested, but I always wake up congested and then I'm scrunched on the one cushion, partially hanging over the arm of the couch and partially trying not to, because I now have 2 dogs that will spend the entire night licking me if I expose too many body parts. So Lord Samuel Mutton Chops over here. Boy. Nice cups. I wasn't expecting that. She was recovering, there was remission, we were looking good, but then apparently she started feeling crappy. They did an MRI and found, but wait, there's more. Too many out of control, inoperable. You hear that and you're just like, damn it. Give a girl a break, you know? She's had a rough past year. From a coffee note, we're doing vanilla Dunkin' Donuts. And, oh yeah, I finally got in one of these that wasn't broken, which is nice. Because I like the Looney Tunes Many Faces. That's kind of what they call the series. What is it? Sakura? Gibson. Applause. 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 Yay! But every time I got in one of the Daffy Ducks, it was broken. I think I've got 2 or 3 broken ones at this point. Which, you know, especially considering the faces that are on there, I guess if you're going to get a broken mug, this would be the most appropriate, right? That would be the next step in the evolution. Sam. It's despicable. I got up and happily made a pot. Alex had made a pot before. I had like a cup or 2 before I went to bed. He got creative. Mm-hmm. I choked him down, but yeah, don't do that again. Whatever combination that was, don't do that. That was blasphemy to the beans. Don't do that. Why would you do that? I'm going to shower here in a bit. It is 34 degrees out in Florida tonight. I mean, who let the dogs out? Me. And I did not go with them. I opened the back door and went, "Be free." And they took a couple steps and looked at me through the glass like, "Aren't you coming?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. No, I am not." I mean, I'm wearing sleeves. Yeah, even this guy, but no. That's going to require, like, a hoodie, and I'm not feeling that energetic just this second. So, you guys got it. Go for it. Fly, my pretties. 34. And yes, I believe in science, global warming, climate change, it is real. But we still do get those freak cold snaps and stuff, and the Northeast is getting hammered right now. And, we get a little piece of when that happens. But, on a normal basis, I need my hoodie like 2 or 3 days a year. I used to need it 2 or 3 months a year. That's a fact. I've been down here for 40 years. Used to be between Halloween and mid-January need a denim jacket, or I'm very pro denim jacket, a hoodie or something like that for many of those days. Now it's like, when you do need a hoodie, it's like, "Ooh, I finally get to wear this, yay," And then 2 days later, it's like, "Oh, okay, put it back in the closet. Well, that was nice. Well, maybe next year." That's a fact. Already crossing things off my list because I did get dishes going in the dishwasher and stuff like that. I'm being productive doing the brick. Try and get some more stuff. I've got to make contact with somebody at my parents' brokerage. We're trying to iron out some paperwork. Nothing bad. Just trying to make sure we've got, I's crossed and T's dotted. Trying to transfer everything over to my dad, and because with Mom passing, it all becomes Dad's. Cool, no problem. But I'm the guardian, so I've got to sign off on stuff instead of Dad, and it just gets, there's always that extra line that you have to initial or whatnot, because it's not as simple as, a spouse taking over a spouse's account. It's a spouse taking over a spouse's account with an intermediary, a fiduciary, basically doing the legwork, which again creates that extra line that you have to initial, or we have to use page 3 as well, that kind of stuff. And there's rules and documents and all that, but we just got to make sure we actually do them. Apparently. And I'm going to check in with Billy at the VA and see if anything's opened up for my dad. Make sure I haven't talked to him in like a month. Make sure he hasn't forgotten that, hey, is my dad still on the waiting list? Because I'd love to get it into a VA home before before the end. Sounds great, doesn't it? Oh my God, you're a whiner. You are such a whiner, you know that? Don't look at me like that. Oi. I think he just did like a duck impression. I'm not sure what that was. You want to go hunting, boy? Is that what you're trying to say? Want to get some quackers? He's okay. He's a lot prettier when he hasn't rolled around in the dirt. But Pix is doing a lot better. She had some solid food, more solid food. I mean, she already did have some. She had. I made her some mashed potatoes. I got the instant mashed potatoes, and I know how to butter them up, as it were. And she wanted some of the veg that I cooked with the chicken. She eats more like a rabbit than I do. You know what I mean? And I still wonder. There's a thing out there about blood types, and how blood types affect your diet, and or how you should use that kind of diet because of your blood type. It'll make you, more functional and whatnot. And I still wonder if there's something in it. I know there are a lot of dietitians that have debunked it, but there are a lot of other dietitians that have said there might be something here. Now, I don't know if you've seen anything on this, but I know some of the basics, like A blood type, like A positive, A negative. They're typically more omnivore, but typically lean more towards vegetarianism. Like O blood type, O positive, O negative, not the rock band. Typically more carnivore meat diet. I'm O positive. So, and the blood banks do love me, before you ask. I get messages and whatnot, because I am a blood donor. I get messages all the time saying, hey, it's been a month, you can come in if you want. For those of you who don't know, O is a universal donor, so I can pretty much help anybody positive, because I'm O positive. So, I'm a welcome sight. It's so nice to be wanted. You only want me for my blood. That's how horror movies are made right there. But my girl is A positive. And she's content with a really good, garden salad. You could chop up some ham or something and put it on there, but just a good garden salad with a nice Italian dressing, and she's good to go. And I look at that and go, yeah. And also, I noticed little bits of ham on here. Can I get an actual pork chop with it? Like a good, honey-baked pork chop or something. Some brown sugar on top. With the salad. Because the salad I'm cool with. But that little bit of ham that's on there, it's just not going to do it. It's just not going to do it. And since obviously pig is on the menu, pork chop, right? That's seriously. I noticed little bits of turkey. Can I get a drumstick as well with that? Go full Viking with that? No? Okay. But yeah, I read some stuff up on it, and it's intriguing to me. It's intriguing to me because it fits in with what I've experienced. When you can verify it in your own life, it tends to... And I'm not trying to squeeze in a theory. What is it? Cognitive dissonance? It's not anything like that. It's... I've always wanted my plate to be 90% meat. Seriously. Give me a gigantic chicken leg quarter with a little thing of mashed potatoes and a little thing of broccoli and cheese. Giant leg quarter, mashed potato, broccoli, cheese, just as an example. And I am good to go. As long as 90%, and 75% is okay. But, half the time 75%, half the time 90%. You and I are going to be great. You know what I mean? Some barbecue sandwiches, where the barbecue is in the sandwich. There's an entire, cow or what have you. And she'll say, can I get half the sandwich? And can I get that California blend with some butter sauce on top? You know. I mean, she'll kill a steak or something like that, but it's not her go-to. Whereas for me, yeah. Alex was having a coffee emergency. As in, I need coffee. He's trying to get settled in his room. That's one of the things on my list, is putting together a chores list. Try and get him engaged. Assigning tasks. Start getting some structure for him, because that will help. Autism. High functioning, but needs the structure in place, or he has a hard time asserting, and he wants to, and then he feels guilty for not being assertive, and vicious cycle. So if I can set things up for him here, where we're going to be getting into more of a routine, if there is such a thing, it'll help him. So I want my kids to flourish, They have the potential to, but we need to make sure that we're putting in a foundation that they can work with. That's the goal. Anyway. Yeah, I want to do a shower and laundry. And just keep working the list. Yeah, pretty much done with that. I got a lot of check marks on my list. Which again, when I complete something, I cross it out, but if it's an in progress thing, I put a check mark next to it. It reminds me that I'm on that task, and at the same time, it's good motivation, because I can look at it and go, oh yeah, I haven't done anything today, completed, but I've got 7 things that I'm currently working on. Because I'm always working on more than one thing at a time. Which, around here, honestly, you'd have to, because Tiny and I were laughing about this last night. Because there's 10 things on Tiny's list, and it's which one's the priority? And I'm like, they all are. Yeah, but I'm I know you can't do all 10 at once. Just, consider when things are due, like trash, making sure it's curbed. We know when it gets picked up. Use that to make your schedule work, Because I may get it before you do, but back me up, make sure that it got done. I'm going to get to it. I know, I feel the same way. Yeah, I woke up to him barking in my ear over the couch. Just one solid bark every 10 seconds. His lordship needed to go outside. Dude. Very loud. Very loud. And it's a quiet house right now. Pix doesn't do white noise when she's sleeping, so. Living room, the light is off, TV is off. I don't know. I like sleeping in a little bit of chaos. Maybe I'm weird. It helps my brain. Anyway. Oh yeah. Going through boxes yesterday and packing things up. Came across this. And strangely, I like it. It's weird. It's A little big as far as pieces go, but neat. It says solid copper on the back, which that's interesting. Yeah, I'm guessing it's turquoise. I'm not sure if it's the natural coloration of it or if it's dirty, because around here it could be either. A little Thunderbird action there. Pretty cool piece. My mom had a huge box of like costume jewelry and stuff. We're going to go through it because some of it may even be not costume jewelry, and even some costume jewelry has value. So, but yeah, this kind of came out of one of the bags, and I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Definitely has a Native American look to it. It's a neat piece. May Google Lens it and see if anything pops up. Maybe it's mass manufactured too. Might not even be hand done. I don't know. There may be a historical record of it online where I can figure out what it exactly is, you know. Because there is an element to it that makes me think it might have been not necessarily factory, but, you know, more mass produced. I don't know. Exploring everything. While still looking for pocket watches, paperwork, whatever the hell my dad did with it. We're just hoping my mom didn't do something. One of the facilities she was at, the woman that was running it was being really shifty with us, like threw the power of attorney paperwork away in front of us. Basically, it was like, we're not honoring this. So we're not sure if there was something going on there. She was being really shifty. Yeah, she may have robbed my mom, and my mom didn't even realize it. And was keeping us at bay. Those meddling kids and their whining dog. I don't know. I'm hoping that's not the case, because if it is, you know, the pocket watches are gone. They're gone. You know, because proving that she did that, that was a year and change ago. About a year. You know, the only other person you could ask about was in cognitive decline and is now dead. Well, Chuck the Wonder Idiot might have been the one that transported the things to my mom. We've done the math on this. But he's dead too. Which is still weird. Did he have the stuff, and his family came in and grabbed the stuff that was his, not realizing that it wasn't his, and it's gone? You know, there's... If we don't find those things here, there will forever be mysteries as to what happened to it. You know? Because there are a couple places in the multiverse where it could have skewed, and we don't know. Because the only people that do know either stole it and therefore aren't going to tell us, or are dead. Don't know. In the words of Jeffrey Rush, it's a mystery. Because it truly is a mystery. We don't know. Oh, in other news, I'm still not AI. This just in. And things are still crazy cuckoo in Minnesota. And I guess 2 outspoken Democratic Congress people have now been attacked at like town hall situations, that being and I always pronounce her name wrong, Ilhan Omar and Maxwell Frost have now been attacked. They're both very, very smart, very well spoken, and wise for their age. So naturally, that makes them targets, you know. They're okay, but The left wing needs to tone down their violent rhetoric. Okay. Clearly. Get me out of here. Get me the hell out of here. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. Continue on with bricks. Hug your parents, hug your kids. Make it a great day.